to get on that, but then Rosie was like, I'll try this out.
It probably is like,
Yeah.
okay, that's mine.
They just love to be anywhere that you've been.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. If it's good for you, then
They're like, must be good for me. And they
right.
want to be around you.
that's Stevie. That's Stevie, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I just love that.
Very regal.
LeMay star. The groomer put that on.
I like that. That really works. It's like a Halloween.
He's really a beautiful dog. He is like a combination of both my girls.
They know what they do to us.
I'm just sad Stevie is like a problem child. That's one line. That's my Willow. Yeah, she's a much lighter. She's got a real light blonde, and then Rosie's got a lot of red. She's like a
The Irish setter colors. I know somebody on there. It must be like colors of golden.
yeah. Look at us showing pictures of our babies.
I know. Well, if you ask me to pull up a picture of Charlie and be like,
Oh, they're somewhere.
they're somewhere. But, Maisie, it's like, boom, okay. And we're both the same way.
Yeah, extraordinary relationships in our lives.
Oh, big time. Oh.
Ministers of the church. Our Methodist church.
I haven't seen you guys in a while. I'm hoping you're doing good.
How are you?
Yeah. I'm here.
And that's good.
Yes, it is. I miss the music.
Well, you're gonna hear some great music.
Good. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We got to find I guess we got to find a way to advertise our women in jazz.
I know. But I'm going already going, when is that again?
I know, it's like February 17th.
Oh, wow.
I need to put it on my calendar. I know, it's like,
Hopefully we're duplicating what we did. Because I pulled that sentence out.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Because I've got one similar that I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Time is flying too. It's like I can't.
Oh,
either
testing,
I'm overbooking myself
testing,
or I'm just
testing,
at a different pace in life. Where it's
testing.
like
There we go.
too much.
One,
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is, are people bored so they're putting things like,
That's what I feel like too. It's like,
can we kind of just take a nice pause? Because Christmas season was not, it's now here.
I don't know. I think about Christmas and I go, it came and went and I don't know how. I don't know how I did any of it. I don't know how. And my decorations are still up.
Mine are too. Mine are too. I haven't done pictures yet. My favorite thing is when I'm driving somewhere at night, I see people's outside lights here. I get like a kid and go, thank you. Taking that out.
Right. Yes, yes. Thanks for letting me appreciate the season.
Because it seems like, we all come to us. Thanksgiving is past. It's Christmas.
Right. It's like a scheduled fury of just one thing after the other, yeah. I mean, the Easter candy is out in the stores, and I'm like,
Are you serious?
yeah, alongside the Valentine's stuff, and I'm like, this is too much, y'all.
I mean, if I could put the kabuts on stuff like that and 24/7 Christmas music.
October.
Yeah, that's nuts. Do it, at least December 1st.
Right. Right.
Just over, as Americans, we just overdo and yet truncate so
So, this would probably be choir.
Okay. Fantastic.
This small group, I put the call out, but didn't hear back from everybody. It's always like that. But anyway, did I interrupt something? I'm sorry.
No, we were talking about the jazz festival and then just how seasons come and go so quickly. Or holidays. Yeah. We're like, where did Christmas go?
Yeah, it's like you go in the store and they already have all the Valentine's stuff.
Easter
out.
next to Valentine's
Oh,
is what I saw. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little too much. I will get with you guys to see if you would like to do a rehearsal in here for the Women in Jazz show. There's a beautiful poster that's been designed. Oh, let me show it to you.
Oh, good. So we can put it on social media.
Yeah, and I've got I got her started on it.
Edward's here today. I love when Edward is our.
next year you sketch one. Claudia, next year you sketch one.
I might. So this is what Jody created. And that's lovely. Yeah, I liked it. She made all of our photos look cute together. So that's the double poster. Oh, you were fantastic. I love that photo. I'm so grateful. And this is the one that I created. I'm going to show that to Julie. But we can use either one to promote it.
Good. Yeah, I want to start promoting it.
Me too. I would like to see some people here outside of the church if that's possible.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send a revised poster that's kind of generic to BJ and say, if you want to start promoting this, I've been practicing my horn every day. Seriously, I'm doing my blues scales and my pentatonic scales. And trying to take it back.
Are you going to take center stage up there for the concert, do you think?
I see no reason why we can't work here.
Here on stage left? Okay. Or stage right. I'll get my right and my left mixed up.
Does that? Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Might be cool to move you to center.
But when people take pictures,
Yeah.
they might be able to get us all together.
All together.
But then again, I don't know I'll tell you what, we'll figure it out.
Think about it, yeah.
What I could do, like on horn solos, maybe I will just kind of walk up there and wander around, because it's so loud, it doesn't make his mic, I don't think. So what I'm really working on is playing soft. That's hard to do, playing soft.
It takes much more control, doesn't it?
And I'm actually thinking about taking some lessons. I'm really excited about it this year.
What would you take?
I'm not sure yet. I don't want to do it from, I already know I don't want to go through like a music store. But I'm thinking if I could maybe negotiate something with a really good player. And, he actually gave me a few lessons a long time ago. But I might consider him. There's another person that uses a lot of backing tracks. I can't remember, Paul somebody. And I hear he's really good. He tried to reach out to me to do a backing track jazz gig. It was really interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna call some folks. And the thing is, I think I'll be a good student. Funny. My thing is, I've never.
And as we get our last wave of people coming in, so let's take a breath. Just allow ourselves to relax. Let those shoulders drop. And breathe in the energy of love that is in this room. Continuing to open our hearts. And we sit here in the knowing that we are the beloved ones. We are the very expression of the Christ nature. And so we create this space where love abounds and peace abounds and people come to the discovery of knowing the truth of who they are. So we bless every single person coming through that door, every person particularly that is distressed and feeling problems, that as they come into this consciousness, they will see that everything they need is right within themselves. And we bless them with our love and our care. And we say, thank you, Spirit. And so it is.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to Unity of Bon Air. It's time for our prelude song. You see, I'm holding my phone because I'm making a conscious effort right now. This time I'm not going to silence it, because even when it's silenced, it goes, while we're praying. It's just so annoying. So I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to invite you to do the same, or just silence it. Yeah. Get things started with a song from our good friend, Eddie Watkins Jr. Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love of this sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the good in you. Now feel the love of this sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together, in the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the love in each other. Look at the person next to you. Say, I love you and God loves you repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And let's all stand together and affirm what we know to be true. God is good and all is well. What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled with joy profound in a world where many miracles abound. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. Please be seated.
Good morning, all you beautiful, bright, shining lights. Welcome to Unity of Bon Air, where we live and express unconditional love and grow together in peace and prosperity. My name is Reverend Patty, and I am the senior minister ministering alongside with each one of you, as this is a community where we all care deeply for one another. And whether this is your first time or your 100th time joining us, either here in person or online, we are grateful for your presence and participation as we share this special time together. We have come here as part of love's divine purpose that calls each of us forth to celebrate the connection we all share with the holy presence within us and all around us that we call God. And in this spirit of community, we enfold in light and love all spiritual and religious gatherings and all people everywhere. And we want to especially welcome any of you who are here for the first time. If you're in the room, please raise your hand, and we have a welcome packet for you that Lisa will bring to you. And if you are online, and we invite you to come to Fellowship Coffee afterwards and have some wonderful treats and get a chance to visit. And if you're with us online, be sure to go to unitybonair.org, and you can see the activities that are happening here. Okay, we got to have our joke. So Marshall, who used to be a member here but is now watching from Georgia, sent me this one. So, did you know there is a new store in New York City called the Husband Store? And you can go there to get a husband, but it has some restrictions. It's 6 stories high, and you can go up a story, but you can't change your mind and come down and go back to someone you saw previously, right? So these women are coming, and the first woman, a woman goes in, and the sign on the door, first floor, says, "All these men have jobs." And she goes, "Well, I like that, but I'm not sure I want to settle just for that. So I'm going to go see what the second floor has." It says, "All these men have jobs and love children." She goes, "Oh, this is good. I think I better go on to the third floor." She goes up to the third floor, and these men have jobs, love children, and are extremely good looking. She goes, "Oh, Lordy, I don't know if I can take anymore." So she goes up to the fourth floor, and the fourth floor has all of those, plus has lots of romantic interest. And she's going, wow, this is so great. So then she says, well, I better see what else is happening. It just keeps getting better and better. So she goes up to the top floor, and she walks in, and there's a sign that says, welcome. You are the 312, 1,800, all these numbers, billion person who has come to this floor, and there are no men on this floor. So then the owner who made this store decided, well, he better be equal, and so he made a wife store across the street. And the wife store, the same deal, 6 floors, and you go on the first floor and it says, all these women love sex. And then go up to the second floor, it says, all these women love sex and have money. And no man has ever gone past the second floor. Okay, let's take a breath. And let's center in, just relaxing our shoulders and our bodies, taking a nice deep breath and then releasing. And another one. And taking our focus off this busy monkey mind and down into our heart center. Just allowing our awareness to feel the power of love that is the truth of our being. The power of the energy of light and peace. As we let this wash over us, and as we remember this deep truth, we are love and light. We create this amazing space in this room for love to flow easily and gently, and we consciously open our heart centers, let love flow out from us, and then we open it to receive the love that is in here. And we can feel the energy of those who are present with us online. And into this center circle of love, we bring all those who are in our prayer box and those for whom we have been praying, Puthera Tom. We remember Anne Finelli's family as they move into the grief of losing her sister Jane. Jack McNamee, Russell Newcomb, Cheryl Phillips, Carrie Walker, and Harvey, Steve's brother. And Captain Tom, he's going to be having a little outpatient surgery tomorrow. And anyone that is in your circle of beloved ones that you would like to add, you can say their name out loud or silently now. And we see these dear ones in the truth of who they are. They may have bodies that have parts that aren't cooperating right now, but the truth of who they are is wholeness and love and the power of Christ, that vivacious energy of the Christ. And we just see that filling their bodies, their consciousness, their energy fields. And we bless them. And we continue to include others into the circle think of the climate in our world where there is lots of warring going on. We hold those people in this light. We hold political leaders who are making decisions that deeply impact people's lives. We hold that their hearts might be moved to respond in the most compassionate way possible. And we see the children of our world across our screen of our mind. These wonderful, innocent faces, so full of sometimes mischief, sometimes love, always a generous heart, and we bless them. We see them growing into all that they have been created to be. And before we close, we just allow ourselves to think of gratitude for this day, for this week. Just let appreciation well up within us. And we close with our usual mantra of saying, I am grateful 3 times, so please join me. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. Then we haven't done this since I've been here, so this is exciting. I'm going to ask Ethan and Taylor to come forward. So this young couple have been coming for a couple months now, and the big event is happening this week. She is going to have the baby this week. And I asked them if we could invite them up and just ask us all to hold our hands up and send them some incredible energy as they embark on letting this new little being out into the world and embracing this as this child as their new family member. So Ethan and Taylor, and do we know the baby's name? Silas, that's right. And Silas, we just hold you in the love and the light of the Christ and see this delivery happening perfectly with grace and ease, with every doctor, nurse, technician that is participating, only giving the power of their love, their wisdom, their skill. And so we say, welcome, little one. We can't wait to meet you and see you. We say, thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Yay. Yay. We look forward to you being back with us with a little bundle. So let's see, I have 2 other things to say. So how many of you noticed that we have this clay figurine here? When Paula Davis's daughter came on Christmas Eve, she brought this and left this in my office. This was Paula's piece of art that she had in all the many homes she lived in, and Jennifer said, we would love you to have it at Unity of Bon Air. So we're going to get to enjoy this wonderful piece of folks holding arms and supporting one another. It'll be moving around the church building, so we just celebrate the image that stands for in the community that we are. And we say, thank you, Jennifer, for giving this back to us. And then I have one final thank you. Okay, we have to just let these people know how much we appreciate their work. A whole team of people were here several days this week taking down inside decorations, and also a whole team of people were outside taking down timers and cords, and finally yesterday they got all the lights down. So they make this place look wonderful for us all the time. So let's say thank you to them. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. We appreciate you. All right, and let's affirm our statement of truth together. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the omnipotent good. And now we're going to invite, where's Miss Mary? There, Mary, to come on up. This is our week where we do a love in action piece, and we have something really special today.
Is this on? Yeah. Yes, sir. It's my great pleasure to shine the Love in Action spotlight on a very important ministry, the Prayer Shawl Ministry. Prayer shawls are knitted with love and blessed by members of the congregation and then placed in the bookstore for purchase to be given to people who are in a crisis situation or in a celebratory situation. So if there's someone with an illness, surgery, or mourning for grief, and so these are given to bring love and comfort to each individual. The ministry was organized in the little house about 20 years ago by Susan Wheeler, an active member of this church. Susan wrote a mission statement, and I'd like to read the mission statement that she wrote 20 years ago. The Prayer Shawl Ministry is near and dear to my heart, having received one during my fight against breast cancer. As you wrap yourself in this tangible reminder of the love and care worked into it by its creator and enhanced by the giver, you know true comfort. When each one is given, I am sure our church community's message of love, forgiveness, and caring is being shared further and further in our world. I am so proud and thankful for all the talented hands that have helped make this ministry so successful. And that's signed by Susan Wheeler. For a while, a circle of knitters met regularly. They called themselves Sit and Knit. And among them was Elna Roop, an elderly woman who knit many beautiful shawls until she passed away at the age of 101, I believe. The ministry was named after her, the Elna Roop Prayer Shawl Ministry, in her honor, and her photograph is on above the prayer shawls out in the bookstore. Also among the group was another lovely lady, Jan Haddon, who has contributed many shawls, lap robes, baby blankets. She's probably watching us online today. I certainly do hope so. And also soon after, Joan Thomas joined in to share her talents and creating beautiful shawls, such as this gorgeous piece. I say that's not knit one, purl two. That's probably a lot more intricate knitting. She did beautiful things. Joan is not here today, I don't believe either. But we want to honor both Jan and Joan for how they kept this group together over the many years and contributed so many beautiful shawls. We have been so blessed to have had them keeping this group knit together. But they have had to lay down their needles. So we honor them with love and gratitude. However, don't look now, but two other lovely ladies have picked up the needles. Stephanie Ferguson, and Bernadette Mayhall. They've picked up the needles. So they have agreed to take this on, and they are welcoming anybody who would like to come and join them. They welcome men and women, young and old, crocheting, knitting. Yes, so they've got much inspiration and enthusiasm to bring to this.
And they're willing to teach.
And they're willing to teach. Yes, that's the thing. So here's a big opportunity for all of you who'd like to learn a new skill and become a part of this wonderful ministry. It's just is a beautiful beautiful thing, I have been a recipient of a shawl, and my daughter was, when my husband died, we both got shawls. It's such comforting. It's just such a wonderful, beautiful, comforting thing. So, thank you all.
Mary? All right, it's time for our congregation sing-along. Let's stand together. Today we're going to sing, We Shall Not Be Moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. Young and old together, we shall not be moved. Young and old together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. Black and white together, we shall not be moved. Black and white together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. Straight and gay together, we shall not be moved. Straight and gay together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. That's right. We shall not be moved.
Good morning. My name is Edward Hayes, and I am your service leader today. And I'm going to be giving you our transformational opportunities. But to start off with, I'm going to have Susan Green come forward and give one of our transformational opportunities.
Good morning. I am Susan Green. I'm your prayer chaplain coordinator. I've been a chaplain myself here going on 19 years. And we have chaplain training coming up in the near future for this new year that we start in May. We're very excited, and you'll hear more about it later, that the first weekend in March, we're having Reverend Linda Martella-Whitsitt here with us in person. And on Saturday, she'll be doing a workshop on affirmative prayer for the 21st century. And she, if you don't know, is recently retired, but for the last 7 or 8 years, she's been the head of the Unity World Prayer Ministry known as Silent Unity. And so she'll be here with us. Today, to sort of lead up to that, after the service, I'm doing a mini class on affirmative prayer, a very short introduction to affirmative prayer, also so that you can understand what it is your prayer chaplains here do, and also that you could, if you choose, consider to be a prayer chaplain. Coming to the session with me is no commitment to being one, but it's important and necessary if there's any inkling in your heart or your mind that you would like to be one. So that will be after the service, and you can meet me in the education room, which is on the Youth and Family Ministries hallway. Bring your goodies from fellowship and your coffee, and let's hang out for about 45 minutes, and we'll have a great time. Thank you.
Susan let me aware of 2 things that are going on that aren't involved here. We have out in the hallway some Christmas decorations that are left over. They're available for a love offering, so please consider taking them. We're getting ready to put Christmas away right now. And in the foyer, there are a few points set up. So we ask you definitely take some of those, if you would. The Women of Unity are meeting today in the fellowship hall after the fellowship coffee. They are creating 2024 vision cards and discussing community service projects. I was just told also that the Women of Unity raised $1,200 with the sale of earrings this year. So, and Regina thanks you. Be sure to note your calendars for next Sunday's Unity and Community meeting. We'll have an express fellowship coffee, and the meeting will start at noon here in the sanctuary, and I encourage you to come because it's a time to learn what's going on in the community, give your feedback, and just be part of the community. So please consider being part of that. We have 2 more exciting save the dates for you. We have a new member class on February 4th. Whether you're just thinking about membership, already have decided, or you want a Unity refresh, everyone is invited. Join Reverend Patty in the education room at noon, and that's on February 4th. And we're particularly excited to announce Daniel Capel will be with us on January 28th. Daniel, also known as the singing violinist, is a singer, songwriter, performer, musician, and teacher with a passion for positive music. He will provide the music and the service during the music and the service, and then we'll perform a spectacular concert from 12:30 to 1:30. Fellowship Coffee will have substantial snacks like that to hold you through the concert, so please, you have no reason not to stay for it. And Daniel was here, I guess, 4 or 5 years ago. He's quite talented. Just the violin's good enough, but he's very talented, so please consider coming. And as always, you can keep up with the great opportunities here at UBA. Just check the e-news, our website, and follow us on Facebook. I get a lot of messages. Was there anything I left out? Because you come in here at the end, they tell you things. Okay, good. And now our daily word. And interestingly, our word for today is serve. So, Mary, that was for you. I don't need special skills to be of service. I have willing hands and an open heart, channels of God's love to be directed wherever they are most needed. This impulse to serve is my compassionate nature seeking expression. I respond to the needs around me by doing what I can do to help. I do not think of reward or recognition, just the being of service fills my heart. Serving is a wonderful way to feel close to God. My loving heart is open, my hands are busy, my life feels purposeful when I am doing what I can to brighten a person's life or make the world a better place. I feel God's presence strongly as I serve and share the love and care of the divine. Our scripture from today comes from Matthew 25th chapter, 35th verse, where I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. Our affirmation today, I will say it once and then please say it twice with me afterwards. I bring God's love into the world through service. I bring God's love into the world through service. I bring God's love into the world through service. Thank you. Now music.
Thank you, Ed. I once heard a powerful story about a man who stood in his truth with such conviction in who he was, he would not be moved. Someone stepped out of the crowd and said, "Are you Martin Luther King?" He said, "Yes, I am." And then the well-dressed man spit on him. Then King took out his handkerchief and wiped the hate from his suit. He gave it back to the man and said, "I believe this belongs to you. I will lift you up I'll do what I can do. I see your heart and I know your pain. Yeah, I've been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. But I am clear who is standing here. I believe this belongs to you. I once had a powerful story that I used to carry around. I thought it was you all this time that held my spirit down. But now I know the truth of who I came here to be. You are an angel in disguise. You're not my enemy. So I thank you for the part you played in this dance that we had to do. I give you back the love that's real. I believe it belongs to you. I will lift you up. I'll do what I can do. I see your heart and I know your pain. I've been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. But I am clear who is standing here. I believe it belongs to you. I will lift you up. I do what I can do. I see your heart and I know your pain. Yeah, 'cause I've been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I am clear who is standing here. I believe it belongs to you. I give you back the love that's real. I believe it belongs to you.
Thank you all. Our music team, as usual, knocking it out of the park. So that's what my whole talk is about. If you want the condensed version, there you go. So since tomorrow is Martin Luther... Wait, I'm having competition. So tomorrow's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I wanted to talk about the power of that man, the power of the consciousness in him and of others in the world, and invite us to grab a hold of that vision and carry it forward in our lives. So this is called Carry the Vision. And so I've got PowerPoints here today. So my first one has 2 quotes on it. First from Gandhi. He says, "First they ignore, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Encouraging, yes. And he certainly went through years of carrying on his stand. Then Martin Luther King, the only normalcy that we will settle for is the normalcy of brotherhood, the normalcy of true peace, and the normalcy of justice. So you can hear within these words what these men are carrying around in their consciousness. They are not going to settle for anything less than an expression of love and peace happening in the world. And then slide 2. So there is a season called the Season for Nonviolence that was, the 64-day campaign was co-founded in 1998 by Dr. Arun Gandhi and the Association for Global New Thought. It's an educational, media, and grassroots awareness campaign, and it starts on January 30th and goes through April 4th, which are the memorial anniversaries of Gandhi and King. And if you want to go to Google and type in Seasons for Nonviolence, like last year they had something you could do each day to be a stand and a presence for peace. And it's to focus educational and media attention on the philosophy of attaining peace through nonviolent action, and not only demonstrated by Gandhi and King, but by Cesar Chavez, President Nelson Mandela, and the Dalai Lama. Many, many people have stood in this powerful consciousness. And this campaign has had spiritually guided citizen leaders in 900 cities and 67 countries participate since it began in 1998. And you know how when you do research on the internet, you never know what year. So there are probably more people than that. But it is more than a political technique to stand in nonviolence. It can be a way of life for every person who chooses to promote peace. And that's what we are. We are peacemakers. And the beautiful teaching on the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers, right? Each one of us is that. So slide 3, a quote from the Dalai Lama. I consider nonviolence to be compassion in action. It doesn't mean weakness, cowering in fear, or simply doing nothing. It is to act without violence, motivated by compassion, recognizing the rights of others. So when we have folks who are in a mindset of violence, how I keep myself from going over the rails is to remind myself that wounded people wound people. You know, this isn't coming out of a vacuum. Often, these people haven't even thought through this. This is the like default drive of what happens when people are wounded. Okay, slide 4. So all of this rests on the truth of we are one. So what does that mean to you? We are all, we teach, expressions of divine mind. And one thing it means to me is that when one person, family, group of people are being treated with less than dignity, we are all suffering because we are all connected. So if something's happening in another state, in another country, in another neighborhood, we are all hurting because we are all one. It means when women understand that they matter, that they deserve equal pay for equal work, the men win as well. No, life is not a competition, it is a realm for cooperation. And when we get this, it takes down a lot of anxiety. And it's clear that as a society, we are not awake. We see light in some individuals, And we continue to see gun violence, school shootings, suicides, because kids can't take bullying any longer, and a lot of that's happening over social media. Racism expressed against Jewish people, African Americans, immigrants, those living as LGBTQ and questioning. So we see the effects of people standing in their woundedness and hurting others. But it is our knowing that when we stand in peace, when we get our consciousness in this awareness that we are one and the truth of our being is peace, this is how the world is changed. So next slide. So from our dear Einstein, he suggests the most important question you can ever ask is the universe a friendly place? Well, that goes back to our first principle. What is the foundation of how we relate to the world? And here's his explanation for that statement. It's really brilliant, and it's really unity thought. If we decide that the universe is an unfriendly place, then we will use our technology and our discoveries and resources to achieve safety and power by creating bigger walls to keep out the unfriendliness and bigger weapons to destroy all that which is unfriendly. And I believe we are getting to a place where technology is powerful enough that we may either completely isolate or destroy ourselves in this process. So I'm not sure exactly what year he died, but this is multiple years old, and it still is true. But if we decide that the universe is neither friendly nor unfriendly, and that God is essentially playing dice with the universe, then we have a mindset that we are victims to the random toss of the dice, and our lives have no real purpose or meaning. But yet there's a third option. If we decide the universe is a friendly place, then we will use our technology and discoveries and resources to create tools and models for understanding the universe and all of us that dwell in it. Because power and safety will come through understanding its workings and its motives. If we have a belief that the world is unfriendly, then we will only continue to put power behind this belief, and our actions will change accordingly, and we will do what we can to protect ourselves against others. And the worst part, we will constantly be expecting bad news. Well, I imagine all of us have learned that if you turn on the news on TV, there's rarely any good news, right? The media is invested in sharing the bad news. But on the other hand, if we decide the universe is friendly, then we will not only do things to help others, and the world will no doubt play out this belief, and good things will happen to us. So the point is, how we choose to view the world will ultimately define how we live our lives and what comes back to us. If we approach people with this angry, frustrated attitude and an expectation that they too will be angry, then guess what's going to come back to us? It's highly likely they will pick up on this vibe and fulfill our very thinking. But if we approach people with kindness and an expectation that they will be friendly, then they'll put down their barriers and give back to us what we initially gave out. It seems so simple, but it's so hard to really get this and put this into practice. Slide 6. So this is a picture of Arun Gandhi. So years ago, I'm not sure if Bon Air and Richmond went together on this, but Arun came and spoke and he's just a very incredible man, as he's the grandchild of Mahatma. So he says the media helps sustain a culture of violence. For instance, when a criminal is sentenced, the press says the victim's family now has closure. He noted this in an interview in Unity magazine. But his grandfather was assassinated, and he scoffed at the idea of closure. It just means, he says, we got revenge. That's not justice. That's the main reason we can't stop crime. These are his words, but we see these words echoed in many other people working in our area. Sylvia Clute is working on teachings that involve nonviolence, and instead of blaming and shaming, helping to begin to heal wounds and create understanding. So Arun says, instead of seeking revenge, society needs to address the reason the criminal committed the crime. All too often, people do not have techniques for managing their anger, Arun says. Now, he knows something about this. When, as an Indian youth, he was raised in apartheid South Africa. And he was the target of racial violence, not just from whites, but also from blacks. And it filled him with rage. And he said, I just wanted an eye for an eye. Well, his parents were concerned for his well-being, so what do you think they did? They sent him to live with Mahatma when he was 12. And Arun says, he taught me how to channel anger. He saw anger as a good thing, as the fuel for change. But he made me understand you must get control over it. His grandfather told him not to act on anger, but to write instead. He began to keep an anger journal, a learning tool he still recommends. But to drive home the message about different forms that violence takes, the elder Gandhi instructed his grandson to draw a family tree of violence, the offspring being physical violence and passive violence. So Arun made this huge tree that filled the whole wall of his bedroom. And he charted events every day showing disrespect, being wasteful, engaging in arguments, to see in what ways his actions might have hurt someone. The tree posted in a bedroom proved to be a very visual learning tool. It filled up the whole wall, he said. So he began this process of self-reflection and self-understanding, both with the journal and the tree. His grandfather believed that such introspection on a personal level would help reduce violence on a larger level. That's why Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. Okay, next slide. Nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. This is a Martin Luther quote. So, of course, you have to be courageous to do the kind of self-reflection Arun is talking about, to create a stand from which you or I will not move. A stand that says there is nothing that is going to move me to inflict pain. Because I know that inflicting pain moves away from peace instead of toward peace. Next slide. Well, our master teacher, our master way shower, Jesus modeled peace. He took a stand against the men stoning the woman caught in adultery and asked the whole crowd, well, anyone who's never done anything to hurt another person, you throw the first stone. Well, they couldn't come up with, none of them were like that. It's just true for all of us. And then when Peter was in the Garden of Gethsemane with Jesus, and in an act of impulsive behavior, which Peter was well known for, he cut off the guard's ear and Jesus took it and reattached it or healed it in some kind of way. So Jesus he always asked people to forgive, to reconcile, and he modeled these behaviors. He lived up to the name foretold in Isaiah, the Prince of Peace. So I want us to recognize that anytime we can turn on the news and see all this violence happening, but do you realize that there are people in every nation of the earth who love all humanity? People who are seeking to bring peace, understanding, and oneness into the world in which we live. These people are instruments of God wherever they show up. Sometimes as we think of world affairs, the outlook seems dark and we only see the workings of evil forces and the preparation of weapons of destruction. But God, who created this world and called it good, is still in charge. This force of which every single being, every single plant, everything we see around us, this force of love that is at the root of all of creation, is still in charge. So let us align ourselves with this tremendous power of God. Let us cooperate with God in bringing peace, love, and understanding into the world in which we live. It's up to us who live on this planet to learn the first secret of life. We are these expressions of divinity. And cooperating in expressing this consciousness is so essential. We, as beings of love and light, are united in this invisible bond of love for all humanity. And so it goes back to Einstein's question, will we have faith in love's presence? And we don't have any control over how that is showing up in another person, but we sure have control over how it's showing up in us. And we know that good shall be victorious and nothing can defeat it. It is the most powerful force in the universe. And our last slide. So I had a song that had a whole lot of words, so I just picked a few of the words in it that I thought were so beautiful. We are the ones we've been waiting for. You know, I don't know about you, but when I hear about all this pain, hurting going on, and I, say, well, I wish somebody would take care of that. I'm back out of unity teaching and not taking any responsibility. I'm the one who can help make a difference in my own consciousness. So it invites us to live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We can make a difference. Let's stand together for a change that we're all creating. So I've had to really slap myself around some, because there's part of me that wants to say, it's not possible for me to see world peace in my lifetime. Well, how disempowering is that as an affirmation, right? So I've gotten myself to now be in this framework of saying, I can do what is mine to do, and it is possible. With God, all things are possible. Peace is possible in our world, so let's embrace that and be that presence that moves this forward. Let's be like King. I mean, just the image in that song it gets to my heart. So he takes that which somebody has spit on him, gets it in his handkerchief, and says, I believe this belongs to you. We are not going to embrace or allow the hatred, the separation, whatever's going on in somebody else's wounded consciousness to be that which we embrace. So I'm going to invite Claudia to come up and get us ready for meditation.
us to move into meditation. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the sweetest kind of life, to the deepest kind of love. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, diving in. Get ready, my soul. Sing with me if you're feeling it. I'm diving in, yeah. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the sweetest kind of life, to the deepest part of love. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving in.
Thank you. I'm going to invite us all to close our eyes if you're comfortable with that. Another deep breath, just letting go of all the little crazy things our mind has going on. And move down into our heart center. Just breathe in that presence. So what is in that center? The greatest power in the universe is in that center in each one of us, the power of love. The power of peace. The very light of the divine. And so we know that what we focus on, the power of our thoughts are enormous. What we focus on in our thinking, in our visualizing, in our meditating is going to outpicture in our world. I'm going to invite you to dive in. Be present with the truth of who you are. And see what the divine would whisper to you this day. Here we go. when we get this still, we can hear love's voice. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear our fountain gurgling up here. No, that is an audio reminder that we live and move and have our being in the flow of love. So I'm going to give us an affirmation to close our time. I release all that keeps me from knowing love's presence. I affirm God's peace. I'm going to invite you to say that, whether you want to say it quietly or out loud with me. I release all that keeps me from knowing love's presence. I affirm God's peace. And so it is. Right, our ushers are ready in the back. So now is the time in our service for us to prepare our tithes and love offerings. And I invite you, if you have something physical, to hold it in your hands or otherwise in your consciousness as we say our blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving. And more great music.
I'm going to invite you to sing the chorus with me. It's pretty easy. I was a little girl who never spoke her mind. I wouldn't rock the boat, I couldn't cross the line. But every step that I've taken, every pain, every tear has led me to the woman that's standing right here. I got so tired of giving myself away, always looking for someone to tell me I was okay. But I got to the place where I could trust my heart. It was the perfect place for a brand new start. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand. Here I stand. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand. Here I stand. I am a warrior. I am invincible. I am as strong as steel. I am capable, yet I am soft as a feather, light and free. And the truth that I know, healing begins with me. Oh, 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 here I stand in my power, yeah. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand. Here I stand. Oh, here I stand. I said, here I stand. I stand. And with all that I've been through, there is nothing I can do. Here I stand in my power, everyday power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand. 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 And with all that I've been through, there ain't nothing I can't do.
That was the perfect ending to that meditation. So let us bless these gifts now. We're so very grateful for these gifts. We remember that the gift and the giver are one, and we send these gifts forward to expand the love and joy consciousness in this community in Richmond and around the world. And I'm going to invite you to affirm together with me, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And so it is. All right, I'd like our chaplains to stand up. There's 1, 2, 3, and Susan's left the room 4. So please invite these wonderful beings of light and love to sit with you and have a prayer if you are so inclined. You won't regret it. And let's see, now we're doing acknowledging everybody who made this service possible. So our greeters at the door, our wonderful bookstore, which has a special table to get a Valentine gift now, and all the people in our fellowship coffee. We're grateful for Ed and our incredible music team, for Dan and Deb in the back. And so let's give them our blessing. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. And we see you doing amazing things. I saw a little one just go running by.
We are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Great. All right, so we had a small class today, but we had a lot of fun designing our own little t-shirts and coloring pages and playing with paint. That's about it for us today. Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for our blessing?
Absolutely.
Okay, Rachel and children, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. And we see you doing amazing things. Okay, everybody up on your feet, standing in your power. Let's do our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.